Hello guys, this being the Nurses Week, it is a time for us to reflect on where we have come from, the history of nursing, and also to reflect on the future of nursing. And based on that, I'm going to talk about the symbols of nursing. I'm going to talk about the origins of the symbols used in nursing and medicine, where these symbols originated, and their meaning and the importance. So when you look at your phone, when you take your phone and flip it on the bottom like this, we'll find that there are many symbols. We have the Wi-Fi symbol, we have the airplane symbol, we have the Bluetooth symbol. So these symbols were not just made to be like that. They have meanings. They somewhere whereby they came from. So today I'm going to talk about just 5 of the symbols that we use in nursing school and in medicine. So welcome, enjoy the video, stick to the end. Remember to subscribe. Do not leave this video without subscribing, because I'm here to educate you, and it is only in this channel that you can find health-wise informative videos.
I be so sick of you niggas, y'all contradicting. I be so bold myself when you come and fuck me. I feel so ordinary, except when you around me. Treat me like corduroy, wear me out. Arguments, you air me out. Tripping about you.
So the first symbol is the rod of Asclepius, or sometimes it is called the staff of Asclepius. So you have seen this somewhere whereby you see a snake coils around a rod. So this originated from the Greeks. The Greeks were among the earliest civilization of this world. So the Greeks had many gods. They believed in many gods. So Asclepius was believed to be the god of scientific medicine. So the Greeks used to believe that Asclepius could heal the sick by just touching on the rod. So when you had a wound or you had become sick, the moment you just touch the rod of Asclepius, you will become healed. That was their belief. So also in the Bible we see that in Exodus, I'm not sure about the chapter. In Exodus, while the Israelites were moving from Egypt to Israel, there's a place whereby they were infested by snakes. So God instructed Moses to take one of the snakes and put it on a rod, so that whenever anybody who could see the snake will become healed of the snake's poison. So in the Bible, in the same Bible, in Numbers, I'm not sure about the chapter also, so there's a Roman emperor called Theodosius. So this emperor got healed of his blindness just by seeing a snake placed on a stone. So why do we use snake? Why were they using snake? Why were the Greeks using a snake as symbolizing healing or symbolizing scientific medicine? So they observed that they chose a snake based on its behaviors. The sudden changes of a snake, you see that snakes changes suddenly, symbolize that the sudden changes in health. And one moment you can become sick, and the next moment you get healed. Also, the shading of the skin of the snake symbolized immortal life, symbolized the change and immortality of life. Also the same, the snake is used as a symbol in pharmacology based on its possession of its own antivenom. So all snakes which has poisons also have the treatment to that and to that poison. Were it not in possession of that antivenom, the snakes could also be affected by the same poison which they produce. So at one point the snake produces the venom, the poison, and at the same time the snake also produces its own antivenom. So that's why they came to think of and placed a snake. They used a snake as a symbol of scientific medicine. So number 2, we have the caduceus. The caduceus. You have seen somewhere a rod with the 2 snakes and a pair of wings. So this also originated from the Greeks, as I've said earlier, the Greeks had many gods. So it was a symbol that symbolized Lord God hymns, who was believed to be the messenger god. So among the Greeks, the symbol was used by messengers. These are people who could be sent from one place to another to deliver information. It was also used in the Roman Empire. The Romans also had different gods. So in the Roman Empire, it was used by the Mercury, the god Mercury. They called them God Mercury, who was also the messenger god. So it was used by people who could be sent from one place to another. So it symbolized peace. So when you saw somebody with that symbol coming to your home or moving among your village, it will symbolize peace. So you could allow that person to pass peacefully without making or harming those people. But over time, among the same Greeks, it was used to symbolize people who broke the law, pathological liars, people who were thieves. So it was a bad symbol among the Greeks. At first it was a good symbol, but then it became to be used as a bad symbol. So how did that symbol find itself in medicine? So that symbol was not used to that symbol meant a lot of bad things that could not be associated with medicine. So how did it find itself in medicine? We have many NGOs, we have the KMTC, Kenya Medical Training Colleges logos having those symbols. So how did it find itself in medicine? Because it was not something that was used to be associated with medicine. So there were people who were there was a special branch of the army called the Army Medical Corps. Army Medical Corps. So these people are the people who provided care for people who were injured during war. So there was somebody who was given a tender to print the uniforms of the Army Medical Corps. So this person, the moment he went to print those uniforms, instead of printing the rod of Asclepius, this person printed the caduceus symbol. So he produced many uniforms to the extent that they could not be taken back so that they can be reprinted. So since he started printing that symbol, since the Army Medical Corps used those symbols, that's when that symbol started being associated with medicine. So at the moment, the symbol is used to symbolize or to mean commercial medicine. So we find this symbol in medical colleges, in logos. Some NGOs use the logos, some ambulance use the logos, people who work in the army use the logos, but it was not meant to be used in medicine. It was associated with very bad things which could not be associated with medical practitioners. The third symbol is the oil lamp. The oil lamp, in Luya we call it the tove, that lamp which is used in the rural areas. So that lamp was used to symbolize, was used as a symbol in nursing. And where did it come from? So it came from the founder of nursing, Florence Nightingale. So during the Crimean Wars, Florence Nightingale used to take care of sick soldiers. So during those times you find that there were no electricity. So Florence Nightingale herself used to move from one room to another using that lamp. So whenever soldiers saw the lamp, they just knew that Florence Nightingale was coming to their room. So that's why they used to refer to Florence Nightingale as the lady with the lamp. The other name for Florence Nightingale is the lady with the lamp, because that's the term the soldiers used to associate it with Florence Nightingale. So the lamp is used as a symbol of nursing because it's the light from the lamp signified hope and resilience. Nurses become the hope and the comfort of people who are suffering. In the past, during celebrations or during graduation as nurses, nurses used to carry the lamp. Symbol number 4 is the nurse's cap and uniform. This is no longer, the nurse's cap is no longer used nowadays, but when you watch movies which are based on 1990s, 1980s, the 1800s, you will find that there is a nurse's cap. So this nurse's cap was worn by nurses. It used to prevent hairs from falling to their face and prevent the spread of germs from there while they were caring for wounded soldiers. During those years, there was something called the capping ceremony. When you have completed schooling, when you have completed learning as a nurse, during graduation there was something was called the capping ceremony. So during these ceremonies, when you are given the nurse's cap, so it signifies the initiation or welcoming you into the brotherhood and the sisterhood of nursing. But of late we no longer use the nursing caps. On the other hand, we have the nurses uniform. Different scrubs or different uniforms in the hospital signifies different specialties. Surgeons wear green scrubs. Doctors or MOs wear dark blue. This one I'm wearing, this scrub is for MOs. Nurses are required to wear light blue scrubs. This one here. So this light blue scrub is the one that should be worn by nurses, not this one. This one I'm wearing just because I don't know where I found it, but this one is to be worn by doctors. So when you find someone wearing a red scrub, that scrub is worn by people who deal with emergency trained people or emergency trained nurses. The last symbol I'm going to discuss today is the red cross with a white background. I hope you have seen this one in an ambulance or in a hospital or in a badge. Some people have this badge whereby it shows a red cross colored red and with a white background. So where did this symbol originate and what do this symbol mean? So it originated from the Geneva Convention in 1864. Geneva Convention there was a meeting which was held in 1864. So the resolution of that meeting was that when you see someone having a red cross with a white background, that symbolized neutrality. That signifies neutrality. So when this person having a red flag or moves around with a red cross with a white background, that person is neutral. So this signifies that the moment you go to war, at the moment when you go to Gaza, a place where they are fighting, or in Ukraine, or in Al-Shabaab in Somali, or in the bandits of Kerio Valley in Kenya, or when the police are dealing with people in Mandamano, in demonstrations, when you go having a red flag, having this flag, you are considered to be neutral. You do not take any sides, and anybody who fights you will be breaking the international law. So that is what it was meant by having the red flag with the white background. So any moment you go, anyone you see with that flag, with that badge, with that badge, that person is considered to be neutral in any situation. Even if you meet people who are fighting over somebody and you see that person, nobody is allowed to harm that person because that person is considered to be neutral. So in any country where they are fighting, in any situation where there are demonstrations, there are people who are disagreeing about something, when you go and show this flag, you are considered to be neutral. So anybody who will injure you, who will harm you, or who will